Alright, so as promised, video quality fucking sucks, but I'm going to make, I don't know, it's not really a tutorial because there's nothing specific that I'm going over, but I'm going to go over my recent song, this guy right about here. Yeah, and if you read the description you would see that at 1,000 plays, I'm going to make a tutorial. So here it is. Thanks to motherfucking this guy helping me out super hardcore. Alright, anyways. Getting distracted. I don't know really where to start, so I guess I'll just start from the intro. Alright, obviously I started off with samples from a TV show I love. It's kind of quiet. Nothing fancy, really. And, you know, like I said, I don't really know exactly what to specify. I guess you guys will probably be paying attention more when I'm at the bases. Just did some fucking filter bullshit and some limiting and threw this piece of shit on it. Not sure why kickstarts on the vocals. That's strange. That needs to go. What else? I just threw in multiple layers of different shit. Some little synth thingies. Nothing fancy going on there. The intro's pretty bare. Threw in some sweet police sounds. Oh my god. The pigs, no way. I feel like mainly I should just go to the bases. Made this little drum fill. Obviously, I didn't synthesize the toms or anything. I'm not that badass. Just process the shit out of them to make them sound loud and stuff. Alright, fuck it. So I'm just going to go straight to the basses. First bass you have. That guy. I think I named the patch like Squelchy Alien or some shit. That patch is just, let's see what we got here. We have Chrome, or as it says right here, Chrome. What I did right there is, I don't know, I usually put a little pitch macro on there just to pitch it up and down one note, or whatever the fuck you call it. Have it on bend minus plus. You know, I have this all the way to the right, this all the way to the left. I have a formant square saw thingy, kind of tuned to the middle, all the way to the right on here, and it's not loud all the way. Basically, like, right here you have this sound. That's the basic sound. You add this. Can't really tell much of a difference. Then you add this. That's not, what the fuck are we? Yeah, there you go. So you got that one. And then I added Straunt all the way to the right, all the way to the right, and Formant, I don't know how to pronounce it, turned pretty much to the same as the other Formant sound. And then all I did really here was put phase mod on the first one, so we'll see what it sounds like. It sounds like this with it on. With it off, it sounds like this. I mean, really not that much of a difference. It just made it sound more like bleh with that on. A little tiny bit of bright noise, some feed bizac, some parabolic shaping. I use this on almost fucking everything. Usually, so unless it's too crazy and makes it too crunchy, and then I'll just put like this guy on it or nothing. We usually just leave it in the middle. And then I usually put a pitch bend on a really tight one on the front of my basses, so if I want to make it kind of plucky sounding, I can. I don't know, it's something fun to fuck around with. I have it on the two filters, band pass and double notch. I got it going all the way up. Then the cutoffs all the way to the right, resonance all the way to the left. I got a macro on the cutoff of this too, and an LFO, or actually no, another macro to give it the kind of at the end where it's like right there. And then I have it automating the resonance to turn that down sometimes, and then I make it to where this goes up and switches from this to this midway throughout the bass. I got something going on here, I think. 2 voices, some pan positioning on there. Found that out kind of recently. Don't know why it took me so long, but it's fucking badass. I got the classic tube without and with. Again, not that big of a difference. I put this on pretty much everything because it's just fucking badass. Without and with. Again, not that big of a difference, but it all adds up. And then I got this on here to kind of make it sound a little more vowely. Turn it off. It sounds like this. I mean, again, not that different, but you see what it does. And you got these guys going around right here. Oh, look at those pretty little macros. Yeah, whatever. We can move past that pace. So that's how you make Squelchy Alien, as I called it. I mean, then there's this little guy. I won't spend too much on him. It's just a little whoop. Nothing fancy. I think I made it in like 2 seconds. Nothing fancy going on with this guy. 3 oscillators open. We got Scream. I don't know what the fuck it says. Another formant and grain. I think it's all just with pitch mods. Nothing going on here. Got a little feedback. Again, we got the parabolic shaper going down, and we got the bandpass double notch, kind of the same type of deal here, where it switches from filter to filter, bing, bam, boom. If anything, like rather than taking, because there's like a bunch of layers in this song, instead of spending forever on each layer, you can kind of just pause it. I'll pause it. Bam. There you can take notes. We'll go over a little more. Voicing. Nothing going on here. Okay. Flanger. We have that modulated, whatever the fuck you call it. Dimension expander, and we got this deal going on again. Kind of same idea. Oh yeah. To the processing of the basses, I usually just cut the lows out. I try to make it sound as good as it possibly can in the patch, so that I don't have to EQ much or do much other shit. Try to make it as loud as I can. But there you have it, pretty much. Cut the low out, compressed it a bit to make it equal, and limited it and saturated it. I do that pretty much on every bass, which is the other one. Next bass would be this guy. That's nothing fancy. And again, this bass right here is one of the basses I use to form pretty much 80% of the basses in the song. Like, a lot of times I'll do that. I'll lay down a pattern with the bass. It'll sound like shit at first, but I'll lay down a pattern in the MIDI just to get started. And then, I go through and adjust the sounds accordingly to make sure it doesn't just sound like the same bass over and over again. So, yeah. I don't know if that's how you guys do it, but I do that sometimes. I'll even just lay out like a saw wave pattern to get a cool pattern sound, and then, you know, go through it and fuck with the different midis so that it sounds different. Yeah, I call this one cool spiky thing. It's pretty much just like you got yourself 3 oscillators, all the same wave. I believe it's just a saw wave. Automating the intensity, I believe, and if I put a pitch bend on it again to give it a pluck, but you can't hear the pluck in this song. I just kind of defaulted on all of them. Got your phase oscillator on 2. Let's see what it sounds like with and without. That's with. This is without. Again, almost unnoticeable. Actually no, it's off. I think I was trying something there. Feedback, of course. The sine shaper. Man, this quality is garbage. I hope you guys don't mind. And it's cold as fuck over here, so I'm shaking. To restart it via gate. I usually do that with most sounds because it just makes it sound fatter. I don't fucking know why, but it does. If anyone knows why, let me know. It's got 4 voices. And pan positioning. Again, I like to be able to use both of them. You get way more of like a filled out sound rather than just using strictly a bandpass or just a double notch. I like to fuck with both of them and like put that in the middle and then automate to where it switches between the two so that the 2 vowel sounds kind of fuck with each other. Something to teletube, dimension expander again, and I got this guy. Like it doesn't always have to be all the way to the right or all the way right here, but if you find the right point, it'll definitely take out some of like the muddiness. Like here's without. Probably sounds the same. Whoops. Whoopsies. Yeah, you probably can't notice it, but in my ears I can totally notice it. You got that guy. And with that one, same idea. I just EQ'd it, did a little bit of shit on Saturn, which is a great fucking Christ. A great VST that you should fuck with. Put a little bit of chorus on it, EQ'd a little bit, compressed it, saturated, limited, blah, blah, blah. All that jazz. Now, what's this bass? Let's on to the next one. Does this bass even have some shit in it? Hold on. Oh, okay. All those basses, the whip, 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 the triplet kind, they're all layered. So with this bass, you got that layer too. Sounds like that with just that layer. With this layer, it sounds like that. And with both of them, it sounds like this. Okay, so I'll go over this guy first. It's in massive. I pretty much use massive for all my shit because it's fucking badass. This is, again, same setup. It started off from the coolest spiky fucker. Same shit, automating the intensity. Restart via gate, you got the same phase. You got white noise in this one. Feedback, sine shaper. Restart via gate. Almost always. Voicing, you have two little, no pan positioning. Teletube, dimension expander, and this again. With this layer, this is one of the layers that's with most of the triplet basses. It's very simple. It's just like a top end with a bunch of like light reverb on it, so it sounds like I don't know, shaky and shit. Just saw waves. Intensity and wave positioning all the way to the left on both of them. And volume envelope on it so that it turns off right after it makes the initial sound. Some phasing on there. Probably won't be able to tell shit. Some FM, actually none. Not sure why it's even on there. I'm going to take that bitch off. Some high metal sounds, feedback, frequency shifting. Here's what it sounds like without. And with. Maybe probably won't even notice. It's like impossible to notice. And then I have it modulating the double notch with an LFO, which is just without. And then throw that on there. That's honestly pretty much it for this guy. It's very simple. Like I said, it's just the top layer to make it sound kind of shaky, like it's in a bigger room. Haha, big room. Punny, punny. What other ones are there? We can go. Oh yeah, these ones. Gotta move the camera again, solo them out. So I'm doing this with my phone. These ones I actually fucking made on accident. I just dragged the wrong MIDI to the wrong patch, and it sounded cool. Not like this. It sounded pretty cool, so I just exported it to audio and fucked with it a little bit and layered it. And then there's this one. I mean, not really much I can explain there. I totally fucked up and made that one, so if you happen to drop the wrong fucking MIDI on the wrong patch and it sounds cool, bounce that to audio before you forget. Select another one. This is kind of the same setup for the first one I showed you, the triplets. You got this layer. You have this layer. Kind of a lower end to fill that out. And then you got this guy again. These are essentially the same exact setup as the first one I showed you. But they're all so disorganized. They should all be touching, but I fuck up. And then you got this guy, which is 2 layers. Gotta move the camera to solo him out, because I got a phone. This is the top layer. And this is the bottom layer. Actually, this is the top layer. Whoops. For the top layer, you got deep throat. You got yourself a saw wave. And you got yourself deep... I don't know what that is. Deorg. Try to find it. You got the ring mod in the middle on the third one. You got a little bit of phasing. See what the phasing sounds like without. Without. Almost the same, but it makes a difference when you're right in front of the speakers. Bright, Noise, no feedback on that guy. Sine shaper. Same type of shit, bandpass, double notch, automating between the two, keeping that in the middle. Restart via gate, voicing, 2 voices, a little bit of pan positioning, classic tube, dimension expander, and this for the bottom layer. I believe it's very similar to the other one. Deep throat squared. Yeah, I honestly think that I just did an octave lower and messed with the filtering a little bit in the EQ to take the highs out so that they're replaced by the other guy. So there's that bass. That's used throughout the song. There's this one. I'm not even sure if this is a different thing. Oh yeah, those. Usually, nice. 23-year-old with voice cracks. But yeah, usually I macro the shit, or I'll macro it with an LFO on it, so it'll go from like woo wah woo wah. Oh no, I can't explain it, but I'm sure people who write know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Deep throat, square. It's pretty much a variation of that other one. I think I just turned the foreman up a little bit more to give it more of like a. I'm not even gonna go through the whole thing because it's literally the same setup, just slightly different volume levels on the oscillators. But that's the cool thing about this shit is you can like fucking whatchamacallit, turn a few knobs on a patch, bam, you got yourself a slightly different sounding thing to throw in the song. This is another bass. What the fuck does it sound like, Garbo? Let me see what it sounds like in this one. Oh, it's because I'm in the fucking build-up guy. This one right here. This one I only use right here. I believe it's also a variation of the cool spiky tune. Same general deal, same patches, blah blah. Same oscillators. I think I just messed with this a little more. Added some metal feedback. Maybe fucked with this a little differently. And modulated the macro a bit differently to make it sound like wah-oo, wah-oo. There's that guy. What's the one's this? Oh yeah, then these guys. I believe these are layered. Yeah, it's layered. Oh my god, it's layered with the Nexus preset. Don't heat me. I don't give a fuck. Just, it's layered with this. Almost unnoticeable unless you're sitting right here or listening to it with good headphones. So yeah, I layered it with that. Fuck. But this patch, I believe it's also a variation of Cool Spiky Guy. Nothing going on as far as modulation. I think it's all LFO. Which I think is still modulation. I meant macro. Derpty fucking derp. You got your fucking waves. Intensities at different areas. This one. Let's see what it's doing right there. I think that's just an envelope on the intensity to kind of make it go out a little more. Out, 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 ooh, out, out. You got metal noise again. I love metal noise. I also love metal. Some phasing, some feedback, some sine shaping right about there. We got ourselves the double notch filter, the band reject filter. And it's doing kind of the same thing. You can do a lot if you modulate in between the two at the same time with this in the middle. It can give you some super cool valley basses. And then you got pan positioning going bam, 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 shaking it back and forth on every hit. Bam, 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 bam. And for that I just put it on there, put it up here, took the restart off so that it keeps going. Makes it sound a bit wider. I added T-tube, dimension expander, and this again. And in the MIDI it's just like dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Cool stuff, dude. Cool stuff. We'll go to the second half because I know there's different basses in the second half. Where is the second half, my friend? Let me see. Oh, that's the second drop. I don't want to do that. There's one of them. I love this bass. It's pretty much almost all done with the macro. You have macro 2 on here doing most of the valley sound, and then a pitch bend at the end, so it's like that one is just, I believe, 3 square waves, super low in the MIDI in the piano roll, some phasing on oscillator 1. Here's what it sounds like without. It just makes it a little more like crunchy, I would say. No white noise, no feedback. You got a parabolic shaper. Again, I have the pitch envelope on the front. You can hear the pokes in this one, actually. I don't know. I dig it. It usually makes my shit sound fatter. Not fatter, but just the initial pluck of a sound can sometimes sound really cool and make it that much better. 2 voices, pan positioning on a little bit. You have, again, double notch, band reject, switching between the 2. And I put a LFO on here to make the vowels switch by themselves, if that makes sense. Here's what it sounds like with. Here's what it sounds like without. Just see, like, minor little changes like that, and it can just make something sound that much cooler. You have the T-tube, you got dimension expander, and on the EQ you have that same kind of deal right here. In the processing, I think that's anything different. EQ, some wiggity wow. Nothing major though. I think it just makes it louder. EQ, saturation, EQ again, and limiting. I don't know why the auto filter's there. I think there's only one more bass, and it's pretty much a variation of that bass I just showed you. I think it is the same thing with just the phase mod off of it, so it didn't sound as like crunchy, and I just left the pitch envelope on there and all that jazz. I mean, shit, is there really anything else? I wish I could do this more professionally, but I really just fuck around with shit till it sounds kind of cool, and if one thing sounds cool, I'll fuck with it more, and then it'll sound cool in a different way. What is this? Oh, some bullshit. Here's like the little lead thingy. For the lead, I pretty much just have vibrato on, obviously. I'll open up the patch. You got yourself 3 square waves. I mean 1 sync, not sure. Another square wave or a saw wave on top and bottom. Some high metal sounds. Some parabolic shaping. 4 voices, some pitch cutoff, so it gives it kind of a fuzzier feel. Some pan positioning, like barely any. And then I modulate this to make it go wow wee wow. Yeah, dog. And then we got ourselves the T-tube dimension expander. That's it on this guy. What else is there? Hopefully, if you guys watch this, you can give me things you want me to specifically point out. But I pretty much think I've covered almost everything. I mean, other than like little minor effects like cymbals. Some little record sounds. And is a song really complete without Gucci Mane? And Waka Flocka. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What else is there? Anything else that I've added that I'm not pointing out? I don't think so. Oh, I mean, there's this tiny ass effect. Hold on. And I just got that from recording a chunk of Mr. Leahy's voice from this.
Wanna get drunk tonight? Wanna get drunk tonight?
Recorded it with a shitload of reverb, like a tiny piece where I was just like, reverbed the shit out of it. Get out of here, kid. Go. Move. It's my little brother. Yeah, recorded the little chunk of it with a bunch of reverb, bounced it to audio. Obviously, it's already in audio if I recorded it. Redundant. And then reversed it and pitched them both up an octave, but one was a little bit higher. And it gives you a little...
You free back up. You free back up. Stay clear. Want to get drunk tonight?
Yeah. I mean, it's really fun to make your own effects from time to time because it gives you your own sound. Like, people might be able to hear that record slide and be like, oh, vengeance. But with that, I mean, at least it's not something I made it myself, whatever. Nothing fancy, though. But, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I could show you the vocals, but you've heard the song. All I did with those is EQ some of the lows out. There's this one part I had to throw in a special thingy. Let me try to find it right here. The thing I was just on.
You free back up. Stay clear. Want to get drunk tonight?
See, like, so this, just like this isn't like major, but this is just an example of like if you need to do something to make something sound good, just fucking do it, even if it sounds silly or looks funky. I had all my vocals on the same track. Every single one of them sounded good besides the "Want to Get Drunk Tonight." There was too much low end, and like feedback from the actual show within the sample, so I just automated this.
You free back up. Stay clear. Want to get drunk tonight?
Yeah, that's it.
You free back up. Stay clear. Want to get drunk tonight?
But like 4 or 5 months ago, I would have tried to do that and thought, well, that doesn't seem right. That seems weird. Maybe I should just check the sound out. But I don't know. I figured I'd just do that.
Stay clear. Want to get drunk tonight?
Yeah, little things like that can help. Try to think if there's at least any more bases I haven't gone over already, because I know most people are going to be tuning into that. Get out of here, another brother, little douche. Hurry the fuck up, dude. We have a big family here in the Sabrito house. I'm making the video. Shut the fuck up. Trying to think. I feel like I've covered every base. Yeah, I think I have. Anyways, pretty much done for the time being. If you can find anything else you want to point out, feel free to do it. I just uploaded these bad boys. So if anyone wants to remix it, let me know. I'm going to make a page for it, and I'm trying to get it on this site. Oh, fuck me. That's fucking cool. Yeah, this remix.com website. If anyone knows how to do that, let me know. Yeah, the stems are here. If you want to remix it, let me know. Song's gonna be free at 1,500 plays. I actually fucked up and said 15,000 at first till my brother pointed it out, which was funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want the stems, hit me up. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, guys. Fuck off.